Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna try this again. I tried to record it earlier and was having some issues, got really frustrated, so I had to delete that. But anyway, here's round two, guys. I'm just here to show you guys some tips and tricks. And it looks like Orox has changed a few things. It looks pretty neat up here. Or things look a little different, like the fonts and stuff. I guess they did change things around. Looks pretty solid to me. Anyways, back to the charts. Back to the charts, guys. Now, what I wanted to show you are a few of the tricks of the trade that will help you when you are, uh, whenever you're on the messing around on the charts. Basic stuff, guys. All right, so here you got your trend line here. You got all these different lines, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick trend line. Okay, just a regular old line from here to there. I mean, these dots are indications of the ends of the line, so you could double click on those dots and move it around. You know what I mean? And change where the this part of the line lands versus this line. So it's a useful tool, the trend line. I use it often. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it down here, at least showing you where support looks to be. Let me see. I guess I ought to do it up here. Yeah, I'm not sure how I had it earlier. I had it different, I think. But anyways, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not trying to show you guys anything, any specific trend. I'm trying to show you a trick. So, this line down here, I have this line, and let's say I want to use the same angle. This isn't a perfectly straight line. This line goes lower here to higher here. It's not high. It's not that noticeable, but you could tell whenever you see that dotted line above it, you could tell that there's an angle to it. So what I want to do is keep that angle, and the reason for that is a lot of trends when they're not a triangle, they usually reflect the bottom support and the top resistance are about the same angle if that's the case. So what I'm going to do is show you guys how to move this line here up here without losing this line, because if you just double click it and move it, you can move it up here and you can see it even works. Look, bam, bam. So it's the same angle as it was down there. I could even leave this here and still do what I planned to show you. So now that I have this up here and I know it will work, I'm going to hold control, press double click on it, and move the line down here. Okay, so now we have a trend here. We got support, resistance, and a few more ricochets would really solidify this trend. But what I think I can tell you is this angle and this angle is exactly the same. And that's how you do that, guys. You can do it with anything. Let's go to get a horizontal ray. And that shows you where support or resistance is. This has been all resistance right here, which is a perfectly straight line. Horizontal ray is perfectly straight. That's why it's a useful tool, because you don't necessarily have to sit there and try to line it up or whatever. So I have this horizontal ray. It's definitely flat. So you have resistance right here. We broke above it, and look, it was a nice breakout. And then we have another area of consolidation here, right through the support right here. But you can also do the same thing I did earlier. Hold down control, double click on that, and it'll move that horizontal ray wherever you want it, really. I'm just going to move it here. All right, you see what I'm saying? Now there's two on the chart. Now, there's all sorts of things you can do, guys. Like uh, when you highlight, you can highlight everything and copy everything. I'm going to show you guys how to do that in just a second. I just want to finish up with what I'm talking about here. So, anything you draw on the chart, you can put this moon. I had this moon on there just to be cute the other day because we were up there near 28,000 or something like that. So there's your moon right there. Okay, so let's say you want to make two of them. Hold down control, double click. There's your two of them. Now, here comes something that I'm going to go ahead and delete this right there. Bam. Okay. So you got two moons here. All right. Now let's not click on anything. I don't have anything clicked. Hold down control, double click, and drag. You see what happened? I highlighted both of those. Now, what I can do is hold down control, double click, And now I got two other moons. You see what I mean? There's all sorts of little tricks like that, guys. Holding control and double click. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. But anyways, holding control, double click, there's your copy. So you always make copies by doing that. And I'm not saying you want to sit here and make moon after moon. That's not very helpful. But you see what I'm doing right now? If you hold down control, double click, and you drag, it highlights every one of those moons. And then you can delete all of them at one time instead of picking one at a time and deleting them that way. And all these little tricks are useful, guys. Another thing is, let's say you have all these lines on the chart. You've been getting really greasy with your analysis, and you're like, oh man, look at all these cool lines I have. But the thing is you may want to say, hey, I need to relook at this. Some of these lines are really not even worth my time to have on my chart, and most of them, in fact. So what am I going to do about that? Okay, I got all these dang lines, and I don't want to sit here and click on every one of them. I want to sit there. I want to delete all of them at one time. How can I do that? Okay, I right click. Wait a minute. Right click where there's no indicators out here in the open and remove all drawing tools. Bam. Now you have a clean chart except for your indicators, which you can also do that too. Right click, remove all indicators, which will take every one of these off my chart. And I don't want to do that because I like having them on here. But those little tricks like that, guys, come in handy. Now there's other tricks right here too. Your magnet. That's a good trick, guys. Now, I haven't used it in a while because I forgot about it, but man, this is a useful tool. All right, so click on your magnet or click on your line, turn your magnet on, okay? So now your magnet, you see how, watch this, you see how, you look at that dotted line cross. You see the cross, it's right where I'm at now. But once I get closer to the candles, it goes straight to the top of the candle. And that's a good tool because that means if you want to be precise, that's what you want to do. You don't want to sit there and guess, is that really on the top of the candle or not? When you get technical about trading and you talk to some of these traders, they're going to say, hey, that's not touching the candle. And you'd be like, it's not even $5 away. They don't care. Over a month, that $5 could turn into hundreds of dollars. You need to be very precise with your measurements, guys, which means using this not magnifying, magnet is very useful, guys. Look, it sticks straight to the top. Okay, so watch. I'm gonna start it here. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, but you can see, watch. You see how it's following the candles, guys. It's not following my cursor. It's following the tops of the candle, which is very cool. I forgot all about this tool. I'm glad I saw it. Okay, so now I'm on the top of that candle. Exactly, guys. That's exactly the way you want it to be, too. Now, let's go ahead and redo this part right here. See how it is right there? It's perfect. It hits that. It's on top of that candle. Use this magnet, guys, when you're trying to be precise with a fib, especially because a fib is important to lay it right, guys. You don't want to guess it. So you want to come to the lowest part of the downtrend right here before we started going up. So I'm clicked there because it's a magnet. So it automatically hit. So now what you want to do, you can come over a little bit, mainly because I want to see a little extension. But also, if you want it to be very precise, you can do it this way. And you know what I mean? It's just it sticks to the top of the candle perfect. That's the best way to do it, guys. And using that magnet, I'm glad I saw it because it's a very useful tool, guys. I highly suggest using it. It'll make your fibs more accurate. It'll make your trend lines more accurate. And that's what more can you ask for? You'd rather see accuracy than second guess yourself and say, "Oh, it's not really touching here," or "It's not really touching here." But when you have it, the magnet, you know for a fact there's no second guessing. It's stuck to where the it's stuck to there. You know what I mean? It's on that candle. No second guessing. That's what it's all about, guys. You want to eliminate any sort of mess up because, like I said, a tiny little $5 mess up over here might change things quite a bit, you know what I mean, over here, you know, and because these lines get exponential, if there's a $5 difference, it'll turn into a $150 difference over here. So it's just one of those things that you need to be precise with your trades, and believe me, other traders will call you out on it. So uh, use these tricks, guys. These there's other tricks too, like, okay, come over here. You don't want to see your Bollinger Bands for a minute. They're distracting you, but you don't want to take them off the chart for necessarily. Let's just say I want to show you guys something that's very basic, and I don't need any of these indicators on here, but that doesn't mean I want to take them off the chart. How can I go about doing that? Now you see these eyeballs. It says show hide. Click on that. Simple as that, guys. On that, that, you can see all the indicators disappearing off the chart as I'm going down. And here's the Aurochs indicators, show hide. So now I have no indicators on the chart. I'm going to go ahead and delete this fib. So now it's pretty much a basic chart, barring this line right here. I'm going to delete that too. So now you have, let's say I'm trying to show you simple support and resistance. So I come here. It's not clicked. Hold on. Start about right here. You see how the magnet, you may want to take the magnet off if you're not trying to be extra precise. The magnet might frustrate you. It's frustrated me. That's why I don't have it on right now. But you can see that this was support. I mean resistance for a while back here. Now it's support. And you don't necessarily need all these indicators to show somebody that. So if you're trying to show somebody something simple like this, having all these indicators is just loud noise. It's going to show you a bunch of different things that people, let's say somebody new is looking at the chart, that's going to really confuse them seeing all these other lines. So this makes it very simple, guys. And it also makes it to where you don't have to go up here and pick every indicator out and then do all your adjustments again. That's something that bugs me, is once I close all the indicators off, I have to come in here and then I have to do all the adjustments too, which is the video I just made shows you that. So if you want to watch how to do it, make sure you get all your adjustments in and then keep them that way, guys. That way you don't have to sit there and remove them every time you want to show somebody a naked chart. Okay, I want to delete that line. A lot of these tricks, guys, are pretty simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our indicators back. Take the eyeball off, take the eyeball off. Keep doing that all the way up, and your indicators will magically reappear. There we go. And like I said, there's a lot of different tricks on here, guys, that I probably could cover. And you know that there's like this thing right here. If you hold your cursor on one of these things, it will tell you what the box generally is about. And this is about a long and short positions, XAC. This is more like I forgot what it's called. It's a different type of trading that I don't normally do. But I think it's Elliott waves a lot of this. But there's your text where you know what I mean. A lot of this stuff is very self-explanatory, but there's a lot of useful tools in here, guys. And what I suggest you do is come in here and play. Come in here and you're not going to hurt anything. All you have to do is double right click and remove all indicators, or you can just reset the entire chart. Reset chart. Alt R. If you pull down Alt and press R, it will reset your chart, which means all of the stuff you did will go away. So, I mean, it's like you can't really mess it up, guys. Come in here and play with it. Don't be afraid of it. There's your little measurement stick. Uh, there's different reasons they have that, and you know, we'll make videos covering that. But like I said, there's a lot of different things in here, guys, that I suggest playing with. You can do things like, you know, measure out breakouts and stuff, which is something I want to cover in a video coming up, because you know, I've been learning a lot lately and I want to share it with you guys. But I can't really think of any other good tricks of the trade to show you at this time. uh one thing I will show you is, okay, let's do this real quick. All right, I got my line on. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to start here and follow the 50 MA. Basically, you see how it's kind of off, but this is just like a average from here to here of the 50 MA, okay? The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to change to the. This is not really a trick. It kind of this is built into TradingView this way on purpose. But you can see I have my 4-hour 50 MA basically laid out right there. Okay, now I'm going to go to the daily chart, and I'll show you why I did that. Okay, so now you see in the daily chart, I'm following the 4-hour 50 MA up. You can see it's exactly how I laid it on the 4-hour, except this is the 1 day, and that's the line. That's the same exact line. So if you want, this is the 4-hour 50 MA. This is the 1 day 50 MA. To see how they're different. But sometimes I want to see that 4-hour 50 MA, even when I'm looking at the daily. It helps me put things into perspective. And you can do the same thing, guys. You can even outline the dang cloud if you want to. Let's go back to the 4-hour, and I'll show you that real quick before I wrap the video up. I mean, a lot of this stuff isn't that difficult, guys. And here's another thing I want to do is I'm going to darken that cloud up a little bit, just because I'm going to get rid of the lagging span and the background. I need to. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Oh, okay. I got to go deeper. All right. Do the opacity a little darker. There we go. Just so I could see it. No, most of this is going to be green. So you can see it's not easy to see, but I don't want to block out the candles either. So here we go. Brush. Brush is going to allow you to do sort of a freehand draw of the 4-hour cloud. So I'm going to click, just roughly draw it, guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that actually is pretty dang close. All right, so I'm going to leave that on there just like I did the 50 MA. And now I'm going to go to the 1 day chart. And this is sort of a crude way of doing things, guys, but it's helped me a lot. And you could see now I have the representation of the 4-hour cloud. It's not very big, but it's there. That I could tell where the support might lie if we drop. And there's a daily cloud down here, so you could tell the 4-hour cloud and the daily cloud are different. And you need to understand that. That's why I like to do stuff like this: is to take it and transfer it from the 4-hour to the daily. You could even go to the weekly, but it's going to end up looking more jammed up than anything if you do that. So don't try to cycle from the 1 minute time frames 50 MA to the 1 day time frame, because you're not going to see much. But when you're close to like the 4-hour to the daily, you can see it's significant and it helps. And that's just another little tip, really. It's not a real trick. It's just kind of a tip. It helps me. Hopefully, it helps you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, guys. I think I've been covered a lot of the what I wanted to cover, and I'm gonna make another video maybe today, but we'll see how it goes. I enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, and I will jump to them as soon as possible, guys. Thanks.